we love a bit of Steorg here. I do like watching Steorg's videos. And also, I haven't played Star Rail now in a few months, so I'm kind of totally out the loop. So let's get an idea of what's going on in the Star Rail realm, shall we? Because I do absolutely love this game, but it's been a hot minute since I've played. The current state of Honkai Star Rail. Check out Steorg, guys. Go show him some love. Makes great videos. We watched the other one the other day talking about the current state of Wuthering Waves. And I'm interested to see what he's got to say.
Yo, again today we're doing one of these videos, the current state of Honkai Star Rail. Today we're gonna talk about how the game is doing currently, the future of the game, and basically the good things that stayed in the game.
Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this game. I think it's a great game, great story. They just do so many things right in Star Rail. I think I just got a little bit burnt out. And I don't know if it's the turn-based, even though I love JRPG turn-based games, but I think in a live service kind of stretching out over time, I'm enjoying my action stuff at the moment. Maybe it's just a bit of a phase I'm going through. And I definitely feel, because it's specifically a lot more focused on numbers because it being turn-based rather than having that little bit of extra skill expression. It just feels more and more that it's becoming a haves and have-not game, which I get it, that's gachas in general, but I definitely feel it a little bit more in Star Rail for me. But I do absolutely love the game. I just want to put that out there as a disclaimer.
First of all, of course, I'm gonna talk about the revenue report, which really shocked me. Like, a filler patch doing better than Genshin Impact was a crazy thing to me. And the thing is, it's Genshin.
I don't think it was that wild, actually. This is Huyo's premium game now, isn't it? You know, this is the hype machine for Huyo, really. Genshin, like, it's still massive, but I think in the West more so. I think Star Rail is definitely like the #1 game for most people when it comes to the gacha space, isn't it?
Genshin Impact's Natlan. Of course, it's only 3 days, but that's where most people are gonna use their money. And that's a filler patch. Like, this is a huge success for Honkai Star Rail. And as I said like 3 or 4 months ago, I said that Honkai Star Rail is now the standard of every gacha game. And yeah, it's still the standard in my opinion. And not only that, I think the revenue this month will be insane. Like, people are going to spend on Fei Xiao. A lot of people like her. Let alone
Star Rail's kind of like in its peak, isn't it? You know, I think all games go through a bell curve. Some bell curves are sharper than others and a lot more squashed up than others. Some, you know, just last longer. You know, I think Genshin is definitely in the downturn of the bell curve. I think Star Rail's, you know, potentially it's got higher to go, but it's definitely at the top of the bell curve, in my opinion. It's like in its peak at the moment, isn't it? Now, I know you could look back at like the last couple of months' revenue and argue, you know, some things, but like, we are going back into some bigger patches. So yeah, I do. I think it's still in its peak at the moment.
Existence of 3 other banners. And this reminds me, if you want to top up in Honkai Star Rail with cheaper prices only using your UID, Loot Bar is the best place. This Loot Bar is highly secure, fast, and has so many discounts. Because,
I don't
for example,
trust these
if you want to buy 6k gems in Honkai Star Rail,
I'm just super what's it though, man. I'm super guarded on my internet usage. I always have been. Like, I'm para about everything. I'm like, I double, triple check everything. I'm super like protective over all my stuff. I just, yeah, man, these sites they just smell bad to me. And I'm not saying they are. I'm not calling out people's sponsors, but yeah, man, not for me.
Well, you will buy them for
say this every time, and I feel bad saying it, but I can't help myself.
For $86, and not only that, if you use my link in the description, you will get another discount. So all I have to do is choose your bundle, put your UID here, put your server, and click on top up now. And as you see, I got them with the double top up. Make sure to click on the link in the description to get even more discounts. Anyway, back to the video. But of course, I want to add, don't spend too much. Like, you can use your money in something else, I swear. Okay, so let us talk about how Honkai Star.
How does it work as well? How does that company get a discount in regards to what they're doing? How does that actually work? I don't know the ins and outs of that as well. Like, I suppose if I understood that a little bit more, I might be a little bit more trusting of it. But yeah, man, you know.
Rail's doing. So I'm not gonna do like a whole review about the game. I'm just gonna talk about the things that I like and the things that stand out actually. Of course, something really cool about the game is the generosity and how the devs.
Again, this is why I don't understand why Genshin players can't get this, especially in videos when I've been talking about this sort of stuff. They do it in their other games, man. They do it in their other games.
Are listening in a lot of the players' feedback. Like, this game is doing really good, and the doctor ratio thing that happened before, always having tempos every patch, and the lore of this game is really doing good.
I've still got PTSD from failing my 50-50 and getting Bailu on Kafka. Bad, because I think she is in my opinion. I think she's my favorite waifu, you know? I think she tops Chang Li, man, and Yin Lin, and I think she does. She's just insanely well designed, and I'm still angry about that.
Currently. Like, let me be clear, I stopped playing the game when Firefly came out. I got Firefly and stopped playing. She's level 20, by the way. Then
To be fair, that's the last time I played the game, actually. I hopped on, I did a couple of pulls, got lucky, got Firefly. I was like, sweet, and then I didn't play the game again.
I stopped playing for like 2 patches and came back in 2.4
Freaking
at
fly
the end of
flying
it.
around,
And
man.
it is because I thought the patches after Penacony will be just filler and won't be fun, right? But the thing that they did with the story was crazy. Although I didn't play the whole thing, but I watched some things, and even in a filler patch, they were creating bangers. Who would have expected that they will still go even after that and write a good new story? Or develop a character that you might not like at the start, and then it becomes very
Character development in Star Rail is top tier.
very cool. So the story is really captivating for so many people. And now let me talk about the endgame content. This game is doing the best job. Like, they are doing a good job for a...
It really is in the top echelons in regards to endgame content. I think that's why maybe I'm so critical of the stuff that we've got in Wuthering Waves. And I get it, well, this is a lot further down the line, but I just think that just the amount is just, it's a clear W in comparison to something like we were.
gacha game. First of all, I want
After
to talk
playing
about
PGR
events.
has made
We
me
can
a lot more
literally
confident
play
that we're gonna
any
get good
event
stuff
that
in
we
WoW, but
want
still,
if we didn't
stands.
play it. If you didn't have to play an event, you will get the rewards. Of course, you will miss some, but the fear of missing out is way less here. And as you see, even though I stopped playing, I still have the 2 events here that I didn't play, and it's a really cool aspect. The endgame content, I still didn't play a lot of Apocalyptic Shadow, but I love everything that they do. They add a lot of content that you can play and enjoy the game, and all of them are different than each other, which is very good. But of course, let's talk about the thing that a lot of people are talking about, which is, are you not able to clear the content of the game if you stop playing or if you don't pull the newest character? I didn't play a lot, I just played some of the Forgotten Hall. Didn't play the 12th floor yet. I was a little unlucky here, someone died, but basically I'm not really having the newest characters, okay? Like, my latest character that I got is Aventurine, and I only spent on Aventurine, by the way. Like, I don't spend on this account. It's almost a free to play account. And what I want to say is, yes, there is power creep.
I like that when people say, I'm almost free to play. I've only spent 50 quid, bro. Like, you know, I've just about spent. I'm pretty much free to play, really. Well, if you look at it like this, I'm free to play, to be fair, because like you gotta do that, ain't you? That means I'm free to play.
You cannot deny that. And I know that if I level up this Firefly, the game will be way easier, just like Akiron does. But it's not actually impossible to play the game. Jingliu is still good. People are even still using Zila, and Clara is doing a good job in the meta. Let alone that the Super Break meta is with...
Yeah, Super Break. I haven't got Sela, haven't got Clara. Yeah, I'm just my account's kind of it's not great on Star Rail.
the Trailblazer, and it's free, which is a bonus with adding how good a lot of 4 stars are. But of course, the way you can play it, you don't have to finish every single thing for just 60 Js every time, especially if you can get a lot of characters in the game. Like, the game, I think, is generous. Might need to be more generous since
I think he's generous in regards to Huyo generous. Now, that's probably a harsh thing to say. The game is quite generous, really, but I think if you only kind of rotate around the Huyo verse and you maybe play a bit of Wuthering Waves and you might dabble here and there, I think it looks really generous. But I think once you start branching out to the Huyo space and you start to play other games, whether it be just when you're on your phone or on your toilet or whatever, you see that there's a lot of other games out there that are incredibly generous quite regularly as well.
There is a little power creep, and especially what were they thinking by doing this? Of course, a lot of people talked about the downside of this, but I will talk about something positive. I stopped playing when the Robin banner ended and I got Firefly, and I'm surprised like in 2 patches I can get Robin again. So maybe we have to change how we perceive that, and if you don't get, for example, Fei Xiao, you know that you will get her in like another 3 or 2 patches. But of course, it's mostly not good. This is probably the only good thing about it. Now, something very captivating about this game that people are not talking about a lot, which is the existence of a lot of metas, and especially the strategies that you can do. Of course,
Yeah.
we can use and say Super Break is very powerful, Ruan Mei ruined the game. But yeah, I can agree with you that Ruan Mei is very OP and she changed the whole thing. But we cannot deny the existence of the other characters and a lot of combs that you can do and the combos, which I really like. Like, the game is doing a really great job at this. And of course, we can talk about
do think it's got a lot of variety.
resin and all of these things that they change in the game and they add in the game consistently. Like, they always add something new that
It is weird, isn't it, that you get the all like I say again. What's the business model? What's the desire to not do a lot of these things within Genshin? It's just like from a business side of thing, from a marketing, a consumer. I'm curious as why these things don't get like not direct implementations of things that are in that. You know what I mean? Just that like changing something to make a benefit for the player, adding this quality of life, switching something up, being a little bit more generous in this, listening to the player base in regards to this and moving the dial a little bit rather than these half-baked things that you get in Genshin. Now I know there's going to be a bunch of people actually where I just don't get it. It's almost like they're not even part of the same company, where they all answer to the same people at the end of the day. But is it maybe the Genshin get a lot more freedom in how they run the business because of how much money it's made over the years, or they are a little bit more strict on it because of how much money it's made, and they want to keep the status quo going because if it's not broke, there's no need to fix it kind of thing, and that there is kind of a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome with the player base where it doesn't matter what they do and what they don't change. People like, it doesn't need to change, it's fine. And they know that, so they're like, well, what's the point in spending on development costs when we could just do it in this other game where we're trying to cater to a newer player base, and that's the main thing now, maybe? I don't know.
changes the game, and
Just makes
that
you
is
think
the
about it,
thing
like.
about Honkai Star Rail. It keeps getting better and better. And yeah, if you want to play the game, I really advise you to play it. Do you have to spend on the game?
I think it's
don't
definitely a
really
game worth
think
trying.
so. Like, if you really want to play the game and give it your time, you can play it. And actually, you can even not play it every day. You can play it very casually, or you can be a hardcore player. This is the definition of a great gacha game. And me personally,
I don't know, maybe I'm missing it. I feel like it is free to play friendly to a degree, but I feel like this game, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just that it's turn based, and maybe I'm a smooth brain, but I feel like spending. Well, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just me. I think I'm just an idiot. That's what it is. But I just feel like maybe it kind of you need to spend maybe a little bit more than in maybe something like, again, Wuthering Waves, or potentially even maybe Genshin, I suppose, in a way. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just talking out my arse. I think I am. I think I'm wrong there, really.
I sometimes
kind of
play
feel
it
like that.
as a hardcore player. I play it every day. I try to do everything just to beat the game because there is some challenge in the game. Or I just
definitely.
don't play it every day. I log in once a week and I still enjoy the game. So, of course, there is some things that should change or can change. As always, dailies, maybe make them weeklies and we get 360 every week and that's it. A little more balance to some old characters.
I'd say dailies as well are kind of fine in this game because of the auto battle system. I think as well, maybe like a part of it is the turn-based. I love turn-based games, but I think they're good for 20, 40, 50, 60, 100 hours. The story's complete and you're done. Where I think when it stretches out over a game that lasts years, I just think there's only so much for me where I'm like, yeah, I've kind of experienced everything here. I click a button, cool animation happens, I adjust my team for meta and synergy, and that's it. And there's a lot of variety there, but I feel like a game that makes me want to play for long times is where that mechanical skill expression's there as well as all of those other things. So I think at the minute I'm just in kind of like an action phase where I just really want to play action games more than turn-based at the moment.
Oh, there's problems in the Path of Erudition. Game has problems, but the amount of positive things in it is huge. And of course, people might say that I'm glazing, but yeah, I'm just positive about the game. What can I do? Just like people said that I'm glazing Wuthering Waves because I was positive.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with doing a bit. When people people say you're a glaze, and what, if you like something glazy, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, saying that I'm hating about Wuthering Waves because I said that it has some problems. I know that some people are going to say, how did you say that Honkai Star Rail has some problems? Yes, the game does have some problems, okay? It's not perfect, it's a gacha game, it's always flawed. The meta and the power creep can be better, always. And for the popularity, the game is super popular now, not only as a gacha game, but as a game as a whole. And yeah, that's basically the current state of Honkai Star. And yeah, that's basically the current state of Honkai Star Rail. You guys like these types of videos, so I'm gonna make sure that I talk about the other games, if their state. And yeah, that was the video, bye bye.
You should go through and do a bunch of different ones, you know? Do some of the, I guess it's not going to be great for views, though, but do some of them, maybe the ones out of, like, Woo-Wah, Star Rail, Genshin, Zenly Zone Zero, you know? Do some of the others, like, I'd like to see these videos, because I do like to see Steog's opinion, to be fair. I think he breaks things down quite well. And, yeah, great video. Guys, you should check him out, show some love. Let's see what he's got to say here. Right, this changed my life. Okay. Brilliant video. I do like his content, guys. It changed my life. You know, it was that good. It changed my life. Check him out, show some love, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's the current state of Honkai Star Rail, guys.